What's going on, everybody? Jackson here. Just wanted to give you an update on my gym. I've done some changes to the equipment and the layout. So thought I'd take you through a little impromptu garage gym tour. So starting with the centerpiece of the gym, just got this in this week. It's a Titan X3 power rack, 3x3 uprights, west side hole spacing through the middle, just basic pin and pipe safeties on there right now. And then I also added a 24-inch extension kit on the back, as you see here, which makes it super stable. Got 3 pull-up bars, 2 normal side, 1 fat one in the middle. I've got a mixture of bumper and metal plates on the plate storage. I've had those for a while, just nothing fancy about them. All the bumpers are York, and then the plates are just random ones I've bought and acquired over the years. Oh, the next thing we got here is this Amazon cable pulley setup. It's actually quite nice because it's 60 bucks and it hooks to pull-up bars like this. Got a loading pin on the bottom, and I've got lat pull down, tricep pull down, or tricep push down attachments. So I can actually reroute it if I want to. Also do curls. I've done curls on it. I've got another one hanging over on the wall that I can set up and do flies with, all that good stuff. Oh, moving on here. I'm gonna work our way around the wall here. Just some wall balls, don't even hardly use those anymore back when I did CrossFit. You know, as you can see right here, used to be the Rogue CrossFit rig, but so I don't do CrossFit anymore. I've gotten back into powerlifting. I wanted to get an actual power rack, and it gives us a lot more open space in here. So we got some wall balls, some Titan ones, probably gonna end up selling those. What my son's climbing right on here is the Cerberus Atlas bag. That was just released this year. They just came out with them. They are sandbags that are meant to mimic Atlas stones. A lot cheaper than buying a mold. They don't beat your floor up as much when you drop them on there. This one weighs 260 pounds, so it's a pretty good one. I used it training for my strongman competition, and it's a pretty phenomenal thing to practice loading with. Up next, we got farmer's handles. I built these myself out of 1-inch galvanized pipe flanges on the bottom. It's got long lag screws through the 4x4 posts. Same thing with the handles, made out of 1-inch pipe flanges and 1-inch pipe elbows. We got some just basic rings for ring rows, all that good stuff. Next, we have the Titan yoke. I use that for bar loads, yoke carries, or if someone needs an extra rack to squat out of, which probably won't even need much of anymore now since I've got that big power rack. Because in that, I can put another set of J hooks on the back side and pretty much have 2 power racks in one. So the yoke's still going to be used for loading, carrying, things like that. Here in the corner, you can't see it too well, but we've got a Fringe Sport belt squat. Now, I don't have it set up right now because I'm not using it currently in my program, but it's a pretty good belt squat. It just hooks to the uprights on the power rack, and I've loaded it with 300-400 pounds. Got a kickstand on the bottom, as you see here. So then when it's hooked on to the rack, then it's up level with you. You can hook the belt on, pop your hips up, kick the kickstand back like so, and start squatting. That way you don't have to awkwardly get down on the ground to stand up with it. And then here's the belt that goes with it. Again, really nice belt from Fringe. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's been a great accessory piece to have. We've just got all of our belts hanging up here on this hook. Grips hanging here, jump ropes, all that good stuff. Here we've got the Titan 45-degree back extension. And as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I bought this after going over and training at Pete Rubish's gym over in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. He coached me on my deadlift, and then he recommended that I do this accessory to build up my posterior chain strength, where if you've ever seen how Pete Rubish uses that, and you've seen me use it in past videos where you use the barbell. That's actually what I was using this barbell for last night to finish off my workout. Just holding the barbell in your hands like a deadlift. It's pretty nice. So, you know, I do have to weight down the back side of it because it's not this, you know, most sturdy built back extension. But as long as I put dumbbells on the back, it's fine. And it's really easy to move around because obviously I don't use it right there. I'll pick it up and move it out to the middle of the floor right here. Moving on here, next we've got a Rogue deadlift platform. I've been deadlifting for a while just on horse stall mats on the floor here. Weight's getting heavy enough where I'm probably gonna end up damaging the concrete if I didn't get a platform. So this one, super easy to assemble. I bought it used, picked it up for a couple $100. It was brand new on Rogue for $600. Got band pegs on it, metal frame around the outside. You just pop these rubber mats inside. There's some plywood underneath. Super easy. The price I paid for it is about what it would cost me to build one out of plywood and horse stall mats anyways. And it was a lot easier to assemble. Next, we've got our sandbags. So these are all 3 Ludus Imperium sandbags. You can get them on Amazon. For the money, I don't think you can beat them. I've got a 150, as you see here, that's a 150. Back one's a 200, that's a 250. So I've done a lot of heavy sandbag carries with those, sandbag to shoulder, sandbag squats, just, you know, sandbags are a very valuable tool, training for strongmen or just general conditioning. So yeah, if you're looking for good sandbags, check out the Ludus Imperium ones on Amazon. They're pretty sweet. Next, we've got the Titan Strongman log. It's an 85-pound log. And that thing is a bear to learn how to press, let me tell you. But yeah, it's the rackable version. And pretty solid log. I've had it for about 4 months now. Carson, they want me to open a soda for him, which so here we have my bar rack. So very top there, that's a sword I won for my strongman competition. So good places anywhere to hang it. Right above that, actually, before I forget, I've got Captain of Crush grip trainers, which I think are very, very overlooked pieces of gym equipment for training your grip. I've got up to the 200 or the 2.0, which is 195 to 200 pounds. So I've got the I've got the 0.5, the 1, the 1.5, and the 2 there. Just basic lat pull down bar attachment there for the cable pulley I mentioned earlier on the rack. Next, we got the Titan, see out here, the Titan rackable easy curl bar. Again, solid piece of equipment from Titan. It's been a great bar. Next, we've just got a basic Olympic bar from getrx.com. So it's just got, you know, basic one you'd find in any kind of CrossFit gym, anything like that. I use it for accessories a lot. But on the platform here, we have the main barbell that I use, and that is the Rogue Ohio Power Bar. That is a solid bar. I've had this bar since 2016, so about 9 years I've had this bar, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I've put a beating on it, and it hasn't, you know, I've had no complaints with it. So just got a basic homemade plyo box under there with a lot of trash. That hanging here on the rack also, I've got a bunch of bands from Elite FTS. I believe I've got the red's the mini, green's the monster mini, and then the orange the average band. So I use those for squat, bench, and deadlift some. I was using it on my dynamic effort days, but I'm changing that programming a little bit. I'm getting closer to this powerlifting meet, so I'll probably wait till I'm back in a hypertrophy block. Got a Concept 2 rower here. Not much to say about it except for the fact that I'm selling it tomorrow just because I want more floor space. And anymore, if I'm gonna do cardio, I'm just gonna go run for 20, 30 minutes. I'd rather run than row. Moving on, we got dumbbells up to 60 pounds here. Again, it's an assortment of ones I've acquired, just ones I can find online. Good deals. And then we got a Rogue 53 pound and 70 pound kettlebell next to it. Then we got a Titan bench, Titan competition bench. It's a solid bench. I don't move much on it when I'm driving into it. It's nice and wide. It feels really good to press out of. And then you'll see back here, walking through the rack, I've got just a Amazon special fold up adjustable bench I use for accessories. It's for what it is. It's a great, the Flybird bench. I think it's like $150. For what it is, it's a great bench. So, I don't need nothing super fancy for doing accessory work. So, yeah, got some assorted medals on the wall here. Posters, that one's going to go away because I'm no longer a Mayhem athlete. I'm going to replace it with some powerlifting banners. Couple deer heads in here from over the years. Got medals from triathlons, Spartan races, trifectas, jiu-jitsu tournaments, and then the last USPA powerlifting meet I did back in 17 that I won. That's the only medal I've kept because it's the only medal I actually won. All the other ones I felt like were just participation medals because there was only 2 people in my division and I got second. So a couple of deer heads there, flags, things like that, jiu-jitsu belts. So hope you guys enjoyed the gym.